I just want to make a clarification about this impact on lungs from ENS condition. So, in the long term, after many years, what happens with dry nostrils? Just like I did explain in another video, lungs biologically need 100% humidity in the air when you breathe. So if in your room it's 50% humidity, the remaining 50%, the balance to 100%, partially is going to be provided by your nostrils. That's why your nostrils, look at the dog's nose, almost dripping wet. It's really important for your body. So what happens when the lung don't get 100% air, humidity air? Basically, let's say the lungs get only 70 or 80% humid air inside. Well, the lung will try to adapt to this. And if you look at the lung structure, just let you Google up, maybe look at the images, there is tiny alveoli inside, like small spheres inside lungs. So these spheres will fill, they don't get, maybe they get only 70% humid air. The sphere will try to enlarge the blood vessels. This is just a theory from me. So I didn't find scientific description of this phenomenon, but I'm just guessing these things by logic. So these spheres will try to enlarge the tiny blood vessels which bring blood to these spheres to get the carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange. So when these tiny blood vessels do enlarge, they will supplement that missing humidity in the air. But at the same time, that missing humidity it's taken from the blood. So this time what's happening is that you are losing blood volume. Or if you want, you are losing humidity from the blood or liquid, fluid, right? Blood is a composition of fluid. You have those cells which transport the oxygen. So you have several components of the blood. Just look online. So if the blood loses humidity, fluid, it becomes more viscous. And more viscous blood may, I'm not sure again, this is just a theory, in the long term, more viscous blood may affect your kidneys. Why? Because the kidneys are simply just like a sponge, if you want. It's not a sponge, just trying to compare, so it's making an easier image. The kidneys are a filter. They filter the entire blood, not sure what's the several times a day, the entire 4 or 5 quarts or liters of blood on a human body. So if the blood is thicker, it's just, if you want, if you are in cars, you know a bit about cars, the filter for the car engine oil, it's really just a media. It's filtering the oil, right? So if the oil becomes too thick or too dirty, too many debris, well, the filter gets clogged and it's forcing on it. So the same happens, in my opinion, with kidneys. As the blood gets viscous, more viscous, less fluid, the kidneys just get pressure to them, to those tiny structures. The kidneys have specific structures that filter the blood, tubes or something like this. So if there is pressure on those tubes, there is a chance, in my opinion, again, to be damaged in the very long term. We are talking about 5, 10, 15 years with dry nostrils from ENS. So this is the whole, if you want, cascading thing that in, again, my theory, my deductions, just by logic, and also by what I've seen happening to my own body, this is what I believe may happen in the long term. Keep in mind that damaged kidneys have several behaviors, right? If I give you an example, if I eat any kind of amount of salt or sugar, I start urinating much more. I just basically dehydrating my body even more. I need to compensate this with water. Also, like I say in other videos, dry weather, it's just worsening the things because the lungs get even drier air inside. So that means the blood will just lose even more fluid, will get even more viscous. Again, it impacts the kidneys. Basically, I can tell you that behind other than the urination volume that's increasing because the kidneys can no longer actually, why it's urinating, I'm urinating more. The kidneys filter the blood, and if they cannot filter out all that, whatever extra salt, sugar, potassium sometimes, they simply just eliminate more urine. So urine basically is taken from the blood, right? The kidneys are filtering the blood, and they produce urine from the blood. That's they are cleaning the blood, right? So the residuals from the blood are being transformed into urine. So, like I was saying, the kidneys may simply just create more urine, and in the process, I was saying that yes, if the kidneys cannot work properly, they are just going to expel, if you want, even more urine. Just throw away, if you want, even more of the blood because they cannot filter properly, just like a healthy kidney. That's the explanation for extra urination when I eat salt, sugar, too much potassium, or other things. Also, oxalates, I explained this in another video, especially in the comment section, pinned comment. So that's why you want to be aware. I explain in other videos how to check yourself for dehydration. Pinch your skin on the back of your hand, see if it's still flexible, soft, or if it stays pinched. That's a very easy sign of dehydration. And by the way, my dehydration, I can tell you that if I also with viruses, I think I got several times, I think RSV, maybe flu or something like this, I can tell you right away, it hurts my kidneys. It's just a sign, very quick. But also my hands may get dry very fast. The skin on my hands, I mean, get dry very fast, and also kind of start hurting in between fingers. That's from quick dryness of skin caused by body dehydration, intense body dehydration. And then I need to supplement with drinking water also. Okay, so hopefully this gives you a better idea of the situation.